Guys, welcome to the vlog. This week is going to be my reset, preparing for spring and the month of March. Let's get into it. I'm going to apologize if you can hear the vacuum in the background. I have my shark, is that what it's called? Shark vacuum. Its name is Jaws, but he's doing his gig right now. But I am going to go over my TBR. So I have already finished my February TBR, so this is just like my weekly TBR. I like to start my days with a poetry or short story collection, essay collection. So I have an essay collection here that is Upstream by Mary Oliver. This is basically a lot of wilderness writing or nature writing, and I'm loving it. I learned about this book through Emmy's channel. So the story here, the synopsis here is, so begins Upstream, a collection of essays in which revered poet Mary Oliver reflects on her willingness to lose herself within the beauty and mysteries of the natural world and the world of literature, emphasizing the significance of her childhood friend Walt Whitman, who inspired her to vanish into the world of her own writing. Oliver meditates on the forces that allowed her to create a life for herself out of work and love. Throughout this collection, Oliver positions not just herself upstream, but us as well, as she encourages us all to keep moving and to lose ourselves in the awe of the unknown, and to give power and time to the creative, whimsical urges that live within us. And this is just so perfect for me. I love being outside. I love reading outside, and I love to find the magic in life, and your inner child is just so important. And I feel like this book really has been reflecting that. I am 7% of the way into this. And I am reading one of my 5-star predictions at the moment, and I'm about to get into this at 2 o'clock. It's a little after 1:30 right now. So this is Kindred by Octavia Butler. This is a book about Dana, who is a woman, a Black woman in the 1970s in California. And one day she magically gets transported to Maryland in the early 1800s. Obviously, that is a slave state, and she is a Black woman time traveling there. So not a great place for a Black woman to be. And it's really fascinating to see a modern woman in that time period. And the time travel elements have been really unique, and I have really enjoyed this so far. Next, I did start a new mood read last night, and that is The Guitarist by Doris Lessing. This is about a woman from a bourgeois background, from a ritzy background, and she makes this house as a squat for people who are looking to join the IRA before they join the IRA. So where they're living before that. And this is just, it takes place in London in the 1980s, which is one of my absolute favorite settings. I just think it's so depressing, gritty. I really like that setting. I love all London settings pretty much, but I've really been fascinated by that 1980s one, and this is early 1980s. And yeah, so how she's going from this bourgeois lifestyle to being of one of, there's communists, as I said, the IRA is, and then I'm not saying the IRA are communists. I asked a friend who's really, he knows a lot about this, but there, yeah, so it's a complete turn from her upbringing, and it's been really fascinating so far. And I am, I think, 6% into that one, and with this one I'm at 58%. And then I am still reading my ebook that is A Breath of Snow and Ashes by Diana Gabaldon. This is the 6th book in the Outlander series. I am a little over halfway. I think it was like 52% that I'm at. This is set in North Carolina during the lead up to the American Revolution. So that's what I'm reading. I have been waiting all weekend to start this vlog because I really love doing the reset. I love working on my reading journal with you guys, getting my TBR together for the next month, getting my wrap up together. I'm going to be filming my wrap up at 3. It's 1:43 right now. So I only think this vlog is super exciting to do, so I hope you guys do end up enjoying. Okay, so we're going to start with the reset stuff. I filmed my wrap up a little while ago, like 3 hours ago now, and it was crazy because my camera died right in the middle, and then I had to charge it, and I sped through it. So not my best work for my first video without glasses, which, yes, I still need glasses. Obviously, I didn't get LASIK or anything. I hope to one day, but that's a whole different story. So it's just because the glare on these glasses drives me crazy. So I did not wear them in the video, and not wearing them I think did go well, but I will be editing the video later to just see how it went. So I want to start on my reading journal, which I have these spring, I don't know how to pronounce that word, but the backgrounds for the journaling. And then I have these Fairy Kingdom stickers for springtime. And then I have some St. Patrick's stickers. Guys, whoever, you know, makes the holidays, no. In March, we are having St. Patrick's and Easter. And usually, like Easter, I like Easter being in April because then I can have two different holiday spreads, but I'm just gonna have to combine the two, which is annoying. But I am not gonna work on that yet because there's other stuff that I need to work on that's more important, which is all the books that I used in my videos that I filmed last week and this week. I need to sort through those, so we're gonna go in there. Right now, we're walking through my bathroom, which the lights are off in here, so we're gonna go in here to my studio. Squeeze through that door. Okay, so I'm gonna have to shut the door a little bit because the TV's on another room. Yes, it is kind of dark in here, so let's... Yeah, one of my light bulbs is out, so I definitely need to fix that, but I have all these books on the floor. My floors are disgusting, I'm aware. These books I need to sort. Those are the books I filmed today, and then this is my filming, like, for my TikToks, the backdrop for taking pictures for Bookstagram. I need to sort, I need to organize this. So first I am going to go through the books that I hauled in February, sort them by genre. So I got quite a few genres this month, so I'm proud of myself for that. Now these, my short stories and my poems, go in a different pile because these just go to my room. They don't have to go in a certain spot. So I got some nonfiction, contemporary, romance. I put horror and thriller, mystery all in the same thing. Historical and fantasy. That's kind of diverse for me, guys. And now we're going to sort out the ones that are less than 400 pages will go over here. These are books for mood reading. And then the ones over 400 will eventually go in these containers, and then eventually will go to my shelves. So we're going to sort them that way now. Okay, now that we got all of those books sorted and put in the locations they need to be in, here are the books I filmed today. This was my wrap-up. I don't know if y'all could actually see that, this stack right here. Now, I still need to take my wrap-up picture for the, I did not take a thumbnail. I did not take a thumbnail, so I need to do that. Luckily, I still have makeup on. I have some lipstick on, but I've had stuff to eat since I filmed. But I am going to, so as I said, I still need to take a picture for Bookstagram, just of the books, not with me. So I can't go, you know, put them on my shelves yet. I am going to, I put my, I don't know, this is bad. So these, my business cards for my YouTube channel, they're in this little box. I need to make new ones, but I just want to go through these first. And I put those in the books that I unhaul because I would do it anyway if I was selling the books, but for the little free libraries to promote to my bookish business, because I've seen other people do that, so it must be fine to do. So I do need to put them in those books, and that's what I'm going to do after I take a thumbnail, because I totally forgot. As I told y'all, my camera battery died when I was filming and I had to go charge it and had to film the rest of the video. It was very stressful. So as I said, I'm gonna take the thumbnail. What time is it? So I have to read in 12 minutes. So I'm just going to wrap up doing what I'm doing. So I'm also going to be putting my stamp in the books that I'm keeping. guys, I did all of that, so I'm going to get back into, what book am I reading? Kindred by Octavia Butler. I also want to show you my new setup. I got one of these reading pillows on Amazon because Riley Marie was talking about, and I was watching one for old vlogs. I was like binging her channel, and I was like, maybe that will help with my neck pain. So hopefully this is good. Fred must be under my bed. Yeah, he just came out from under there. But yes, so I got the book sorting done, and then I do want to get my TBR for, actually no. I do have the books, I do know what books I'm reading in March, but I will get my TBR for May together, which is like my last TBR until September, because in the summer months, it's mood reading, basically. I can do whatever I want to with the genres, so that should be a lot of fun, because I usually just give myself July, because that's my birthday month, and December, because that is Christmas, and I'm usually to my reading goal by then. So it's just gonna be a lot of fun mood reading for 3 months. I've never done that before. Like 3 months straight. This is gonna be so crazy to do, but it should be a lot of it should be very exciting as well. But I'm going to get into Kindred now. I don't think I'm gonna finish this today. I have like 70 pages left. Yeah, probably like 75 pages left, so it's possible that I could finish it, but I'm not timing myself. Like, I didn't give myself a certain amount of days to finish this, but I would just like to finish it before March. Watching some booktube between chapters. I got to 83% in Kindred. I read 72 pages today. I have about 25 more pages, so definitely I could have pushed through, but I am really hungry and want to eat dinner. So I had the notes on my phone. I think this is going to be a 4-star read. When I first started, I was really enjoying it. And then I discussed it with somebody, and now I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it was as good as I initially thought it was. But I will give y'all the thoughts that I have so far, which is not a lot of thoughts. But the prologue instantly grips you out. The writing is really gripping. It's very intriguing. The story is. And then the time travel in here is very unique. It's not time travel like in the traditional sense. Think Outlander for that. It's nothing like that in the time traveling. It is so unique, and I really hope we get answers of why this is happening to Dana and if there's other time travelers and all that. As I said, I only had 25 pages left, so my hopes aren't high that I'm going to get answers. And that will definitely hinder the reading experience. So I'm like, you can't just have that and not tell me why this is happening. Then definitely a lot of magical realism vibes, which I didn't expect. And I think with the way the time travel is done, it is very magical realism-esque. That's the only reason I say magical realism. Nothing else in this story is very magical. This was in my sci-fi stack. So yeah, it's sci-fi in the way Outlander's sci-fi. So just think of it like that. And then I keep bringing up Outlander. This book, you can definitely see the influence it had on Outlander. I have no idea if Diana Gabaldon was influenced by Kindred. It's something I will look into, though, after I finish it, because the vibes are there. And I think it's super fascinating how Dana, we'll use Dana for an example because the rest might be spoilery, how she can go back in time and how the times change you as a person. Because think, in 1976, yes, there's tons of racial tensions in America, and I mean, there still is to a degree. But compared to 1819, is a big difference. And I think there's a lot of us today in the modern age are very naive to how brutal it actually was for slaves. I mean, obviously we know it was brutal, but to actually see it firsthand, I can't imagine it. It's, I don't even have words to describe what that must feel like. And so obviously that's going to change your mentality, your morals. And I think the book has done a good job with that. But also, so Dana in 1976, she's a writer, aspiring novelist, all of that. I'm like, how did she go back in time and have all these medical skills? I don't think any of my writer friends could go back and have all these medical skills that she has, but I'm like, also, 1976 is very different from 2024. I almost said 2023. I don't know. But I do think this book is also does a really good job with the relationships between all the characters. It's all very complex. I heard that the TV show like really tries to humanize the slave owners. In the book, I don't get that at all, but I could be doing a bad job at picking it up. Because I'm like, these people are evil. They're awful. So I don't know if... I don't know. I don't know if... Because I haven't heard any negative things about the book, I should say, but I've heard negative things about the TV show. And obviously, those are two completely different medias. They came out like 50 years apart. So... obviously there will be a difference, but I don't think in the book it humanizes the slaveholders at all. But if it does, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on it and all of that, because obviously I would love to hear other people's thoughts on it. I haven't looked at any reviews or anything yet, so I haven't looked at any discussions online because I tend to wait until I finish the book so I don't get spoiled. But I should be finishing Kindred tomorrow. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday and I did end up finishing Kindred by Octavia Butler. I do have my bookmark in because I am going to be answering the reader's guide, is that what it's called, reader guide questions in a blog post. But I do want to give you all my thoughts. So this was a 5-star prediction for me and I ended up giving it a 3.5. So it was still a good book, almost great, and I would still really recommend it. Now let's get into my thoughts. So characters, I hated all the white people. I hated every white character in this book. I'm sorry, but I did. I thought the skills of Dana were unrealistic. Like, I am still confused. This book has me with a lot of questions afterwards. But I love the complexity of the relationships between all the characters in the book, especially with Dana and Kevin, of just how the times can change a person. You only hear that quote, oh, it was a different time about whatever decade. And I do think that this book really plays into that. And then the atmosphere, Octavia Butler did a great job at painting a picture and making you feel the like emotions and vibes of the atmosphere. And then the writing itself, it was fine. It was nothing great. I didn't like the dialogue with how it doesn't say who's talking, because I often get confused by that. But with this, I didn't really have that issue. And because dialect was a big part of the story of how Dana is a Black woman, but she's educated and all of that. So her voice is she's obviously going to speak differently than the slaves who don't have an education. So at this time, it's very strange to the characters for a Black woman to speak how she does. So I think that's why it was so easy to tell who was talking. I didn't really get confused. And then the plot, I have so many questions after finishing this book. I am so confused. So much didn't get answered, and I do think that was intentional by the author from what I've read in the reader's guide. But I'm somebody, I don't like open-ended. I need answers, especially in the fantasy, magical realism, science fiction genres. I have to have answers of how everything works, and we don't get that here. But I did enjoy my time reading this. It was so gripping, and you just really get involved in the story. So I would still recommend it, but it was not a 5-star for me. Guys, I have a visitor. Look who just ran in my room. I know I need to fix this collar, but love. There's a lot that we are about to do, but I did want to show y'all the bookmark that I used for Kindred. So this one from Book of the Month, and it has a, I think, yeah, Jackie O quote on it that says, "There are many little ways to enlarge your world. Love of books is the best of all." Totally agree with that. I got that in May 2019. So I am about to take pictures of my TBR for March, and I think I'm going to start my March TBR today, because the first book on the TBR is a big one. It's over 500 pages, and in January I made that mistake of starting my TBR with a book over 500 pages. So I just want to give myself more time with the book. It is the 27th, so I do have 2 extra days to read, and then I will be reading it at 6, which is in 30 minutes. And will I do the audiobook? Yeah, if there's an audiobook for it, I will do the audiobook. So we're gonna go in there, and I do need to take a picture of Bookstagram for this, but we're gonna go in my studio and start doing all what I just said. Really quick. That's the May TBR. Yes, we already get it together a few months in advance, so I'm just going to write out everything here. There's all the books I finished this month, but up there, so I did get the audiobook for Annapolis. I did have a credit to use, so that was nice. And I will tell you all what that's about at 6, but I am going to put all these in my reading journal, and I also have to work on March's. We're not doing the spread yet. We'll probably do that tomorrow, but we have to put what formats I'm reading them, what days I'm reading them, and all of that fun stuff. And ooh, this just got one book longer. I always forget that I have, when I was doing the TBR chart, I had the last book that I chose from those, so I do need to go get the contemporary one. I don't know how much of a difference I'll do, but I am about to start Annapolis, so I do want to tell you what this is about. First, I got this book at like an indie used, I would say it's more of a used bookstore in Waynesville, North Carolina, which, perfect mountain town. And it was Wall Street Books. So this is by William Martin, and again, I will be following along with audio. Family tree, love that. Let's look at the description of the book. So, this is a long one. They found the grace of God on the Chesapeake, Catholic, Puritan, and Anglican refugees from an aging world and the tyranny of its king. Among the fishermen and landowners, the crabbers and tobacco farmers, freedmen and slaves were two proud families whose fates intertwined, the Staffords and the Parishes. For 8 generations, as a nation fought for freedom, fought itself, and fought wars around the world, they shed their blood for the navy and the city that was its Mecca. From blistering sea battles on wooden ships to the first ironclads, from the shores of Cuba and Tripoli to Pearl Harbor and Vietnam, Staffords and Parishes became midshipmen and commanders, spies and pilots. And with each generation, their covenant grew stronger. Old grudges grew deeper, and America's sea power became the most awesome in the world. In Annapolis, William Martin puts you there, on the decks of a fighting frigate, as cannonballs send deadly slivers of wood and showers of blood through the air in the far Pacific, where an otherwise impeccable midshipman loses himself to the touch of a woman in an island paradise. In the first chaotic days of the American Civil War, when honorable young men forced to take sides gather for a final goodbye beneath a mulberry tree at Annapolis, in the high-tech war over the sands of Iraq, where Navy pilots dodge SAM missiles, and one Stafford becomes a prisoner of war and a symbol of courage. So that sounds straight up my alley. I didn't realize it was going to be so military oriented, which, like, I should know that. I've been to Annapolis. It is the Navy. Hangman and Rooster didn't go. The Rooster went to UVA. Maverick, Iceman, they all went there, and we love them. But I'm going to go start this now. Totally forgot to switch out my glasses, but it is Wednesday. I'm about to get to reading Annapolis in a little bit, but something I realized that I forgot to do the other day, so I put my TBR here, and then the rest of the books going this way are all my mood reading picks. I don't know if y'all can even see that down there, but I forgot to add 3 more books to that area. Oh my gosh, Penny's rolling in her bed. She's gonna fall out. It's a dog bed, so don't think she's gonna fall far. But I add as many books as I finished or that I read mood reading the month before. So I have 3 books here. Our first one is At First Light by Barbara Nicholas. This is a thriller, I'm pretty sure, and it might even be self-published, which would be cool, or at least independently published. But we had that one. Then we have Disoriental by Najar Davavadi, and this is I think it's translated right, or am I like totally okay? Here's translated from the French by Tina Cover, and this is the prize-winning international bestseller, so it's won prizes. It has a whole list of them on the back. I think this is Sweeping 20th Century, is it Iran? Is that how you say it? is The Unforgettable Story. So, okay. So I think this is more so contemporary, but might be listed as historical since it is 20th century. I'm not sure what decades it's covering, but we have that one. And lastly, we have Astrid Sees, what is that word? Sees All? That looks like a U, not an L, but, and this is by, I can't read the fonts, Natalie Staniford. And I think this is like, yeah, New York, 1984. So if you're wondering which books are my mood reading picks, they are more of recent purchases when my TBR is more of a backlist. So these are more recent purchases and less than 400 pages. Hey guys, so I did just get back from Target and I got this cute little St. Patrick's sign or flag that says Lucky Duck. It was for $1, but I did get a book and that's why I'm here. I got One in a Millennial by Kate Kennedy on friendship, feelings, fangirls, and fitting in. And I am a zillennial. I was born in the late 90s and there's a lot of overlap. There's a whole subreddit for people who are zillennials. Because I don't really relate to the TikTok, like that side of it, you know, like I do have a TikTok, but I'm not posting dancing videos or the voice, lip sync. No. But, so in this cover, I had that Motorola Razr. Mine was more of like a lavender color because I was like, I hate pink. Then we have Abercrombie or Hollister, I don't remember which one was the moose, but that, Uggs, the iPod, these necklaces, like do y'all remember like friendship necklaces? Then the digital camera and then the Kodak camera, I remember the switch between those. The old computers. Yeah, this is, oh my gosh, those little drinks, they're Kool-Aid, but I don't know what you call when it's like in a little bag. The ring pop, my favorite. Uggs. Who remembers when Uggs came out and just the sheer madness of it? But this is host of the popular millennial-focused podcast Be There in 5, Kate Kennedy, takes us on a nostalgic pop culture tour through the millennial zeitgeist. In One in a Millennial, part funny, part serious, Kate navigates the complicated nature of celebrating and criticizing the culture that shaped her as a woman, for better or worse, while arguing about the great depths can come from surface level interest. With Kate's trademark style and vulnerability, this unapologetically honest and heartwarming story tackles many millennial hot topics, including the AOL Instant Messenger, purity culture, American Girl dolls, going out tops, Spice Girl feminism, feelings about millennial motherhood, and more. Kate's laugh out loud asides and keen observations will have you nodding your head and maybe even tearing up. So I cannot wait to pick that up. It sounds so... As I listen to my audiobook, where's the microphone? Okay, as I listen to my audiobook, I'm going to be doing this sticker by number, and it's like a puzzle with stickers. You have the number and then you place that sticker on the number and you get a whole little picture, which in this case will be vintage flowers. Here's my first page completed. So these are the stickers and then you match them up, but I do have a kind of a hard time getting the stickers off of the page, especially with this like outline part, because I never know what is supposed to come off and what's just the outline. But I'm going on to this one next. No idea what this lighting's like, but I was watching some booktube while I ate dinner, but now I'm going to get my winter clothes, and I bought this tote today, allergy medicine too, because the pollen here is so bad. I saw a picture of the ocean where it's like yellow right at the beach. Yeah, disgusting. But I am going to get my winter clothes and put them in the tote, and then my spring clothes, they're in a tote out in the front because I didn't need them to go to the storage unit because I needed to put them in here. So I don't think I'm going to put my spring clothes in yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow, but we're going to go take these winter clothes out and put them in the tote, and then I'll take them to my storage unit on Friday. Happy Thursday. I'm about to start working on my reading journal spread for March. This is my first spring one. We're very chaotic over here. So first we need to get to the page we're going to be working on, which is this one right here. This little page. And I am going to first go into my spring ephemera, I don't know how you say that, book and find one that I think suits for March. So I did these for the background, not these little ones, but I'm seeing a lot of green. And obviously for March we have St. Patrick's Day, so I think green will work best. I'm going to do this one right here and do it like that. So I'm going to do that and then talk with y'all in a little bit. Take this part later, but we have our background, so I don't know which way will be easier for y'all to see. Now I have a lot of stickers to choose from this month because we do have two major holidays with St. Patrick's Day first, so that's what we're going to open right here. I have literally hundreds of stickers. Look how cute those little bears are. See that, but definitely to keep this because you can definitely use stuff like this for your scrapbooking. Okay, I already see I am definitely going to be using this guy, a little gnome, so I'm going to put him aside, but I have a lot of stickers here to choose from. Do you think I'm going to do this one because I have been doing a bit of a vintage theme, and these are all like vintage stickers. This one, like the stickers aren't vintage, but they're made to look like vintage signs like we have here. And we need one with clovers. I haven't done one with clovers yet. Oh, this is so cute. It's a cute old man. I guess he's a leprechaun. I can't really read what it says. Maybe that. One thing that is amazing to me right now is these are all unique kitty, but they're all unique, and I honestly didn't really expect that. Okay. So I think those are the St. Patty's ones I'm going to do. But as I said, we have multiple holidays. We have Easter. And I got this from a small business called Violet Stickers. And look at this frog on the envelope that they sent. Okay, I think this is where you open it. I don't want to damage the frog. He's so cute. This is really sticky. I'm just coming with the scissors. The frog keeps getting cut in half. Oh, I got some bonus ones. They must know I was doing a reading journal. So we do have these koala ones, which definitely could work, being they are kind of green. But this is their business if you guys would like to check them out. violetstickers.com. So I got some Easter ones because Easter is at the end of the month. Okay, here, so we open it. And then, yeah, they're the exact same. So, oh my gosh, the little peeps are the little chicklets in that little car. Oh my gosh. And then we have even more to choose from. I got this Fairy Kingdom sticker book. And I think it'll be perfect for the spring. So I do like to do the outside. We will get to that, but I'm gonna start with my St. Patty's stickers and lay them out here. Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed that clip. So this is something very different for me because it's very much a lot happening at once. And this sticker book didn't have the ones that can go around the edges. Like, let me show y'all my February one that did that. How this spread has the edges. So with March, okay, I'm making sure it's still closed. I've never stapled them, but I definitely do need to tape that once I get back to my room. But we did a lot of green, and this one's a Fairy Kingdom. Fairy Kingdom's what I'm doing for the spring, and so there was so many green things. We have a dragon, this little elf, a fish, a beetle, butterfly, a fairy, and some other just greenery. And I really, really like how this turned out. All my spring clothes, and then my coats are back there. Do have an update for y'all tonight with Annapolis. I am 200 pages in, which is about 30% into the book. So I would have liked to get like 25 more pages read before tomorrow, but that's just not going to happen, and that is a-okay. Yeah, 34 pages is how much more I wanted to get to. But I am definitely going to be a little ahead of schedule, which is great for a tome like this one. I do want to give y'all my thoughts so far. So my first tab is a blue. So it seems like in our modern timeline, which is 1996, with the Staffords, we have Tom and we have Jack. So one of them, I think Tom is the admiral and is like big in the Navy. His son, was a big war hero in Desert Storm. And then Jack is a writer. He's writing a book about their family history, and Tom is really against him doing that. But I was like, wow, I think Jack seems really interesting. And then, but we were introduced to him first, because they both do sound really intriguing by those backstories. But so far, I have liked Jack more. But we don't get a lot of time with each of them, so I have a hard time telling them apart. But thankfully we do have that family tree at the start. Then this one, I liked that they're talking about Rebecca, and I'm like, relatable. It just said, not only are you sharp-tongued, Rebecca, you're also very forward. And then she replied saying, I hate wasting time. That's me. Okay, our next tab is a green one, which is writing. So the historical writings, because the historical writings we're reading is the book that are the books. I don't know if it's one book or multiple books that yeah, that Jack is writing. So I think those scenes are very episodic. That's what makes up the majority of the book. But with our generation, that was during the American Revolution. That's when it was very episodic. We've gotten to whatever was happening, Tripoli, we'll get to that, and the War of 1812, that has been better. Literally, I know nothing about the War of 1812. I know that it was the British and America and France, and stuff happened in New Orleans, and was that the Treaty of Paris? The Treaty of Paris was in Annapolis, I think, and I went to where it was signed, like outside. I got my picture of the sign because that was still very much COVID was happening. But yes, so I said that was episodic. And then this is a random general tab. So Annapolis boasted of more pre-revolutionary brick buildings than any other city in America, and most of them have been restored, which I had no idea. I've been to Annapolis and I did not know that. I didn't go on like a tour or anything in Annapolis. I literally went shopping and just hung out on the bay. But okay. Then yeah, the Tripoli thing, I know that's in like the Marines. Like, I don't know what to call that. Is it their anthem, their theme song? I don't know, but the song they sing, which at the Indy 500, I heard the songs for like every single branch in the military. But okay, that's besides the point. So yeah, I did not get what this was about. I was like, is this a part of a war? Is this how the Marines were founded? I just know the name Tripoli. So I asked one of my friends who knows a lot about the military. I asked him about it, and basically we were just fighting Barbary pirates because they were interfering with trade. Or at least that's my understanding. And then this one scene was very dramatic. But yes, and not in a bad way. But this is very much like a 3-star right now. It's good, but I'm not loving it. And as I said, it's episodic, and which makes it hard for me to connect with the characters. I do like Antonia. Did I not have a tab for the... Oh yeah, because I ran out of blue tabs, so I had a dog ear. So Antonia has been my favorite character so far, but definitely later on, she definitely has that like white savior thing going on. I don't know what you call that, because she just owns one slave, and which is so bad. I'm not saying that's good. So she starts to teach her to read, and then she's like, and then somebody calls her out on it and saying she's crazy. And she's like, well, I'm just gonna go teach all my slaves to read. And that causes a big like uproar in her family, because her mom's like, I'm not gonna let you inherit any of the slaves and blah, blah, blah. So there is that white saviorism. And there's a word that starts with a C that comes after that, but I am blanking on what it is. That's definitely there though. So if you don't want to read about something like that, then don't pick this up. But I read 86 pages today, and that is, I am 7 hours and 45 minutes into the audiobook, and it's a leap year day. I didn't tell y'all that, but it is, and I feel like leap years are always very chaotic, but they're also election years, and that I feel like chaos happens during those. But I'm going to go eat dinner. I got Moe's for lunch, and I'm just gonna eat the rest of my Moe's right now, and then I'm gonna have some cornbread. I haven't eaten a lot of corn, but I mean, why not? I am officially a quarter of the way into The Guitarist by Doris Lessing. I get so scared talking anything Irish because they come for me. Like, being a quarter Irish, they don't care. I don't even know if I was a quarter Irish, but I don't know a lot, so I am ignorant. So like, yes, I am ignorant. I am confessing that I'm not pretending to know a lot. I am learning, and that is why I am reading. But let's go into my thoughts so far. So characters, I do really like Alice, and all the other characters, there's a lot of characters, and the males I get kind of confused, but once I get a little more context in a paragraph, I do remember, oh, that's that guy, that's that guy. But pretty much all the side characters, I'm just like, yeah, they're fine. They're 3 stars when Alice is more of a 4. I am really enjoying her atmosphere. Love it. I would like to know more so where we are in London. It might have said this is just for writing, very dense and challenging to read. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It is very slow paced, and my mind does wonder a lot, even though I do think it's good, but my mind is wondering. So I'm not bored. I don't know why my mind is just going to other places as I read it. And in plot, I do think this is really going to be like the themes and ideas. It's very much slice of life and slow, and I usually find out those to be, because he's going to jump out the bed, so I'm holding him. But I find those books to be, slice of life books to be more about themes and ideas than plot. So it is in a 3-star range, maybe a little higher, like a 3.25. We'll just have to see what call out in next week's vlog. But yes, I'm going to be ending the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope all of y'all had a great February and that your March will be great as well. March is my personal favorite month of the year. I know that's so random. It was only in high school, it was July, because that was the month purely summertime where I had no school, so I had like no anxieties. And then October, because I like the fall time, and I mean, who doesn't? I like October and March have similar vibes for me, but March I really love. I love everything is so bright, so colorful, and the world feels like it's just coming alive again, and I love that vibe. So if you guys made it through this whole video, do leave a heart emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.